Hi, and welcome to Rest Stops, short features to encourage you toward greater life balance. My name is CJ, and here's my dad with today's Rest Stop.
Recently, I returned home from an overseas trip. My return flight took me from Singapore to Seoul, Korea, and back on American soil in Seattle, Washington. Wow, what a contrast. My experience at the Changi Airport in Singapore and the Incheon Airport in South Korea was stellar. The service was outstanding, from the gate agents to security checks and immigration personnel. I was treated with dignity, met with kindness, and served out of genuine humility. It was the epitome of excellent service and truly an enjoyable experience. Then we landed in Seattle and entered the immigration passport control and security area. Oh my, what a change! Instead of being welcomed home, or for those entering the U.S. for the first time, rather than being met with kindness, consideration, and dignity, we were met with arrogance, belligerence, and disrespect. Airport and immigration personnel were literally screaming at the travelers as they entered the area. Thousands filed into the hall who didn't know the language and were met with disdain, frowns rather than a friendly smile, and many became frightened and bewildered at how they were being treated. What an embarrassment! As we entered the security area, I started to confront a couple of the security agents whose behavior was simply over the top. But I noticed a sign that basically said, any negative interaction with security personnel would be viewed as a threat. Wow, wouldn't want to hurt their little feelings for their despicable behavior. So rather than directing my remarks toward them, I began talking to my fellow foreign travelers and offered my apologies for the way they were being treated. I went on to say that as an American, I was embarrassed at the treatment they were receiving. I then tried to assist as many foreign travelers as I could. I had a long layover before my return flight to North Carolina. So after settling in at my gate, I gave this some further thought. Why such a contrast between my experience in Singapore and Seoul and what occurred in Seattle? Certainly, culture, mindset, and training has much to do with it. Now, if you think about it, for millions of travelers, the airport is often the first exposure they get to that country. Airport staff are the first ambassadors, if you will, they encounter as a representative of the country. Then the thought entered my mind as I continued to muse about all that had happened. What kind of ambassador am I for the kingdom, for the Lord Jesus Christ? 2 Corinthians 5:20 says, "Therefore, we are ambassadors for Christ, as though God were entreating through us. We beg you on behalf of Christ, be reconciled to God." In an earlier verse it says, "He has given us," that's us, followers of Jesus, "the ministry of reconciliation." An ambassador is a representative, a diplomat, an official of the highest rank, sent by a government to represent it. He or she is an authorized messenger or representative, a diplomatic minister. Jesus has sent us to represent Him wherever we are in this world. So as you represent Jesus to a needy world each day, will you be more like the airport staff in Singapore and Seoul, or the staff in Seattle?